Yeah, that's right, man. Y'all got clickbaited like a mother. No, we're not selling the damn Hondas. We are gonna do a little bit of work to one of them today. Well, I'm not. Braven is. Look, I keep seeing it in the comments, people talking about Honda content, and then some numbnuts was literally like, bro, the Integra just sits there. It's all it does. You want to may as well just sell it.
Well, to me.
You ought to just sell it. And it wasn't even like sell it to me. It was just flat out sell it. Just being a smart ass. Like, oh, just get rid of the cars now because you guys don't do anything with them. Look, the cars, Creamy's not going nowhere. Khaki's not going nowhere. These cars are forever cars for us. Honestly, if I had like some fancy little storage area to put them in, I would have done that a long time ago, so they're not just sitting out here. So yeah, you guys are gonna see the cars sitting in the background sometime, all the time. No, it's not a lawn ornament. It's simply an Integra that is owned by Braven that is sitting at the house for which he lives. Just because we're not making content on it doesn't mean that, oh, we should sell our damn cars. Anyhow, on a positive note, it's gonna get some love today. So Braven's actually wanting to get this thing into the condition to where it's daily drivable. Currently, the biggest problem that we have with Creamy is the transmission. So it either has reverse and don't have first, or it has first and does not have reverse. You can't have both at the same time. Well, every once in a while, they give you both at the same time, but for the most part, that's the big issue with the car.
I had to drop transmission because we've already tried a bunch of different orientations for like the shifter and the shifter cables, and nothing's worked so far. So it's kind of just makes me feel like possibly it's inside the transmission. So I was just like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna drop the transmission. I don't like how aggressive the clutch is either. So I'm gonna put a stock replacement style clutch in it as well.
But first things first, of course, is, I mean, the thing's been sitting there for a little bit. Gonna clean it up, get all the dust knocked off of it so we're not working on a dusty car. And that damn transmission's gotta come out of there! Good Lord, that's gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie, dude, that EP3 was a breeze, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, other than just you had to pull that that subframe.
That was a breeze too. Oh, yeah.
So I just wanted to give it a quick spray down just to make sure it wasn't all dusty and dirty. Right now, I don't want to waste too much energy on detailing this thing. For the most part, just got to get the harness out of the way. We need to get the shift linkage off, and then we need to get rid of, oh look, spider webs. You see what I'm saying?
I think that's a little more than 90 foot-pounds there, bud.
That's what I was thinking too. I got, get out of here, guys. Go, go, come on, go. Alrighty, so a little bit of time has passed. I've gotten the starter off, all the harness disconnected from right up against the head, so I could actually like push it up and out of the way. I got the T-bracket bolts out, except for the one that actually connects straight to the engine. I haven't taken that one out yet. I don't know for sure if I'll need to. Down here, I got the axle out, got the radius arm out. Basically have this all drooping and, you know, just out of the way. So basically all I need to do right now is just add support with the jack to lift up the engine, take out this bolt here, and then start to lower it just to see whether or not I need to remove the T-bracket the rest of the way. I think that I do. So you know what, before then I'm just gonna take the T-bracket all the way out. It is a pain in the butt to put in, but it is what it is. I'd rather not have to deal with it. I know that the whole engine has to like swoop this direction, and that being right there is not gonna allow it to go down as far as it needs to. And the last thing I want to do is scratch my engine bay. So we're gonna go ahead and take the T-bracket out the rest of the way, and then start lowering this thing down. ass transmission, bro. Baby little transmission. Jesus, bro, I forgot how tiny these things are. That would have been a lot less difficult if I would have took the intermediate shaft out. But so as you see, the transmission is now out. I'm gonna go through this real quick to show you guys the gears. So this right here is first, right? It doesn't go in. Then it'll be revert. Then there's second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse. Wait, hold up. No. This is, okay, sorry. This is completely backwards. This is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse. So reverse just does not go in to save its life. So if you go from one, then it goes into reverse. Only then will it go into reverse, but while it's running it won't do that. But if we go from there, okay, well now it wants to go in because now it's comfortable. But alright, as you can see, I got a factory style clutch for it. I do have a competition clutch on the car now, but I don't really know the condition of it all too well. I still have to pull it right now to tell whether or not it's good. But I did not like the way that that the clutch felt while driving it. It was one of the biggest pet peeves of mine. Is just like it doesn't feel comfortable, and for a car that I just want to cruise around, I don't want to race it, but it's not necessarily the kind of car that I want to be running around, you know, racing. I have my truck for that. There's no reason for it. I want more than anything for this car to be less aggressive, and that clutch that's in there I believe is like a stage 2 or 3. I'm not sure 100%, don't quote me on it, but it also is the same clutch that came with the car. So we decided to go ahead and get a factory replacement one. It also came with a new throwout bearing, so we're going to slap this new throwout bearing in as well. But before we can do all this, we have to take the old clutch off. Alright, so here is the competition clutch. It is, it's not bad. I mean, it definitely has some life left on it, so it is going to just be a chauffeur. It's not like I have to toss it. The pressure plate itself has a little bit of heat wear on it, but I mean, that's, you know, it is an overall really nice clutch. I really love competition clutches. So just throw this one on the shelf just in case we need it for like a flipper or anything like that. I am going to take a quick little lunch break, and then I'm going to go ahead and slap this clutch in. So I'll see y'all right after. Alright, so I need to take this thing apart, and taking this apart just so I can see what's going on the inside, see if there's anything noticeable with the first or reverse shift selector or like or anything like that. I can't quite figure out if there is anything wrong with inside the transmission. I'm not really a transmission guy. I was mainly kind of going based off whether these were tightened, and they are tight. I did kind of mess with the gears a little bit to see what was going on. Just hope that this new clutch and actually, you know, getting the clutch to actually work properly might end up helping it. Slap it in. Worst case scenario, I have to pull it out again. Alright, so we finally got this thing all put back together, and basically everything needing to be exactly how it needs to be. I still have reverse, I have first, I have all the gears. One thing I will say is it does feel a little bit more clunkier, feels a little bit better. I'm hoping that whatever I did ended up helping it. Honestly, there's really no clue. I have no clue whether or not I did. If I keep having problems with this transmission, it'll go H to B, but I'm also gonna want a cable trans. So, probably like a YS1. That would be the goal for a transmission if I went B series, but the only problem is I'd have to re-weld something on the engine bay, and I'm kind of trying to like dodge that so I don't have to paint the engine bay. For the most part, that's all complete. So now we're gonna flip this thing over and we're going to install a new throttle bearing. And as well as doing the throttle bearing, where the slave cylinder actually bolts onto the transmission, it is stripped out. Both of them are. It never actually tightens down 100%, which could be part of the problem with the engagement point of the pedal. So we're going to tap those and put in some threads there while we have the transmission out. Now the transmission is ready to go back in the car. It has a throttle bearing. I did put new threads here. I did run through the whole inside of the transmission. Hopefully I have first and reverse now. If not, it wasn't too much work to take transmission out. I'm not going to want to do it anytime soon, so hopefully this worked out. I got the new clutch and disc on. Now basically just have to put it all back in and test it out. So I mean, there's not much more we could do. There's not much more that we could do for the time being. I mean, I put in all the new parts. I went through the transmission, tightened a few things, made sure everything was tightened. Just kind of just checked it out, made sure I didn't see anything alarming, and I didn't see anything alarming inside the transmission. I am not a transmission guy, so it is difficult for me to say whether there was something wrong with it or not. But for the time being, I feel like everything's gonna be good. A little bit of time has passed. The transmission is in. All of the accessories around it are in, such as the ground cable, starter, harness, shifting cables, mount, T-bracket, and the only thing that we need to do left is going to be the axle, radius arm, put the battery back in, and then I think I'm going to leave it like that for now. I do want to lower the front end, but I don't want to lower it right now because I still need to deal with the actual driving capabilities of it, make sure that it actually runs and everything like that, because it hasn't ran in Sorry about that, the camera died. I ended up going through and finishing. I put the axle in and put all the suspension together. The only thing I need to do now is put the battery on. It's still on the charger, so I was just letting it charge just a little bit more. Just wanted to show you guys that everything else is done. I put fluid in it as well. Moment of truth of whether this thing will actually start or not. I really hope so. It'll ease a lot of stress. Alright, we got fuel leak. 1 second. And the battery's definitely not charged enough, so give me 1 second, guys. Alternator is not charging the battery. The alternator is putting out 9.1 volts at the moment. It is like slightly overheating. Like it's starting to like want to overheat just from sitting there, which none of that is good news. That's all stuff I'm gonna have to fix in order to actually drive the car, or you know, be able to even test out whether or not the clutch feels better and still adjust the clutch pedals. So we still have a lot of work cut out for us. what's up guys? So it is currently the next day. I ended up pulling the alternator off and about ready to go run to AutoZone to get it warrantied out. So we're gonna run AutoZone right now, go get this thing swapped out, come back, and hopefully it fixes the problem. The only car I have right now that I can, you know, drive. So let's go ahead and get into it. AutoZone didn't end up having the alternator in stock, but they needed to get it delivered, so I'm waiting for it to show up at the store. And instead of wasting too much time, I do want to do something about the ride height in the front. I know I said I wanted to wait, but I have really nothing else I can do until I get the alternator, so just a little bit on a downtime. I really like the rear end fitment. But I do think that the front wheel, or the front of the car can go down a little bit and it'll look a lot better. Reason being is because you can see the top of the tire. Man, we're gonna have to move all this stuff. It's getting really windy out here. And you put me in charge to watch it, so hopefully nothing goes bad. But yeah, so I'm going to work right now on adjusting this ride height. Okay, with some further inspection, I realized that I'm not going to be able to lower these any lower. So the bottom cup is actually completely maxed onto the coil, and then there's this much thread space. So I was thinking maybe just take this locking ring out and put it all the way up, but I didn't know that this was maxed. Because of the pillow top style that these are, you can't really tell, but basically these don't go as low as the other coilovers. They do ride comfortable, and they are a nice coilover, but they're just not like really low friendly unless I have a drop fork or a top hat, and I don't have either one of those right now. So I am going to just go ahead and grab my 5mm spacers and just throw 5mm spacers on the front just to see how I like it. Well, I also could not put the spacers on the front wheels because I have stock threads in there. You can't really tell, but they don't stick out enough, and putting those 5mm spacers would make it really sketchy. I have 5mm spacers on the back wheels, which was the reason why it looks so good, the reason why it like pokes out perfectly. The front, I mean, it pokes out, but I mean, it is what it is, bro. I'm gonna have to get some extended studs for the front. Now I'm gonna run back to AutoZone to go and pick up this alternator so I can slide this thing in and hopefully not have any issues with the car anymore. I got a brand new alternator, and this one is going to be good and going to do the job for us. So now all we have to do is install it in the car. All done. All done.
I bet the audio on that's great.
Yeah, it's probably great. The wind and stuff.
Hey, hell freaking yeah. That's all it was, dude. Need a freaking alternator. Well, I mean, other than whatever it's doing now. Anyhow, now the car has, I don't know, man. The fuel pressure gauge is like pegging all the way, but it's running super lean right now. The AFR is at like in the 20s. I think it's struggling to get fuel somewhere. The fuel pump is good, but for whatever reason, this gauge has wrapped all the way around to the back side of the needle, like in between zero. I don't know if that gauge is like bad or what. AFRs are definitely lean as hell, boy. So yeah, this thing's not getting fuel for some reason. So we need to kind of dig into that and get that figured out. But have you tried to see if it'll go in reverse at all, or you just been trying to get it to actually run?
I've been trying to get it to run before I can even try to put it in reverse.
Yeah.
Try that right now.
I'll put the dogs away You guys ready to go back inside? You ready to go inside, baby? You ready to go inside, baby? Whoa, watch where you're swinging that tail. You want to go in? Come on, let's go. It's dangerous out here right now. Yeah, is that right? No? What the hell, man? Chill, little lady. Chill. Alright guys, Braden's been out here putting in work for a couple of days now on this Integra. Had the whole transmission out, put another clutch in. Opened the casing up. There's nothing visually wrong with the inside of the transmission. I don't know, man, whether it's linkage. He's had so many different linkages on there, from stock to aftermarket, and different brackets and different shifters. But the damn thing still won't go into reverse, man. And it's having the fuel issue now, and sputtering and backfiring and all that shit. I don't know. We're gonna continue digging into it. Doing a little bit of work to old Creamy, the lawn ornament.
It's probably come for another year again.
Huh. I know, it's you do so many things to it, and like, cause it was running fine, and it just sat for a little bit because of the transmission, and now all of a sudden it doesn't want to run good either. It just gains problems at like through the night. Like it gets viruses from other cars driving by. Maybe that's it. Maybe because you didn't have a mask on it out here. It got corona. It got the coronavirus. Later, Rughead.
Later.